Morning, afternoon, evening people. So back at the kitchen garden, what I'm doing today is I'm going to put a bit of edging around one of my no-dig beds, dress it ready for next spring. So I'll quickly show you one I've already done, just to give you an idea what I'm doing today. Here's what I've done already. I did this off camera. I put my garlic in here. You can see the garlic is coming through. So if you watched my planting garlic video, which was about 2 weeks ago I think, you see how quickly these little garlic shoots are coming through. What will happen now is winter will kick in properly. This will lie dormant, it will carry on building up a good root system, experience a frost which will make it start to produce nice big bulbs, and then in the spring it'll shoot up, a nice garlic crop around June time. Anyway, enough about the garlic, let me show you where this other bed's going. This other bed is going here. So what I want to do is put a small footpath just there, and then another bed, same as that, all the way down there. This whole thing is 10 metres long, so I'm going to guess this bed will probably be about 6 or 7 metres. As you can see, I've already covered it with this weed suppressing material. I'll go into that more in a minute. So I'm going to get all this shifted and let's start. So as with the other bed, I've got hold of a load of these old fence posts that we're going to go on a bonfire. I'm just going to use these. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to chop these down, chop these ends off, get them all to the same length. I've got my circular saw, nice handy little cordless. So he's barking already because he knows it makes a sound, doesn't like it. So if you notice, if you've been following my videos, you'll notice that slight name change. It was Tony and Teddy's Bits and Bats. Obviously Tony and Teddy because he's my little sidekick, comes everywhere with me, wants to be involved in everything I do. I also do a few shorts of him running around. So Tony and Teddy's Bits and Bats because that's come up with the name fast. And I thought, you know, I'll do a bit of everything. I'll do a bit of gardening, keep bees, produce honey, brew beer and cider, mead, cooking and baking, everything around kind of self-sufficiency or a bit of self-reliance. But Tony Bits and Bats, Tony and Teddy's Bits and Bats is a bit of a mouthful, and some people didn't know what Bits and Bats means. It means a little bit of everything. Anyway, there's a channel I watch, I've been watching for a long time, since before I started doing YouTube, called Woolly's World. So thanks Woolly. He gave me the idea of actually, why not just Tony and Teddy's World? It's not as much of a mouthful anymore. Anyway, I will link Woolly's World in the description. It's only fair because I mentioned him. So cheers Woolly for giving me that idea. Right, let's get chopping. And Woolly's World, by the way, he does a lot of chopping wood and stuff with chainsaws, cutting trees down. So what I'm going to do is I just want to cut these to about the same length. Now all these offcuts of wood, not going to waste. I'll save them up and they'll be used in my fire pit. As you can see, the sun has actually come out, so the jacket's off. It is the middle of November. I think it's the 9th of November, 8th or 9th of November. It's having a bit of sunshine. We've had a lot of rain lately, hence why I've not been down here getting many of these jobs done. Hence why I've seen a video down here for a while. Right, so I've got all the wood cut. Let me show you. So all the wood is cut. I've laid out where I want it. What you want to do is, if you've got any of these kind of weeds that have grown out of the edge of my weed suppressing material, like that has, just make sure they're inside of the edging. So we'll cover this up again. I'll show you a little trick for covering this up. And we're going to dress this soil, cover it again, ready to plant in next spring. Onions will be going in there. So I'm going to get the drill out, some screws now, and we'll start putting this together. Now, I don't want to muck about with this too much. Just want to get them screwed in, just enough, just hold in place so they don't move around. I don't want to kick them and then move them to move around. So we're just going to get some screws in. I'm just going to try and screw them together by just kind of putting a screw in at an angle like this. we'll see how well that works. Yeah, that works alright. So we'll go with that. If it doesn't work properly, we can always just fasten it together better somewhere down the line. Like next spring. These middle bits, and just using the same method, getting a screw in at an angle. And securing them together. Okay, so there we have it. I am going to put a piece of weed suppressor material there. This will be my footpath to get through. I'm going to put another little footpath in somewhere here just to get over that side. What we're going to do now is we're going to dress this and cover it. Now this is a no-dig bed, so it's really good soil. So what we're going to do, what you could do is you could just put a couple of inches of compost on this, cover it over. There was a lot of weeds in here. I covered it over, the weeds have died back, which again has fed the soil. Now we're going to put a layer of organic material, grass cuttings and anything else, carrot tops, weeds, anything else, stinging nettles over there, I'll clear them, throw those on. Any organic material I can find, put a layer of that on. Got a lot of these grass cuttings that have already started to rot down, and then we'll cover it up. What will happen is over the winter that organic material will break down, feed that soil. In the spring we'll take the cover off, we'll put 1 or 2 inches of compost straight over the top, plant directly into it. So let's get these grass cuttings spread out. Okay, so I've got a load of grass cuttings down. Those grass cuttings are already partially rotted, so they'll just carry on breaking down over the winter, feed that soil. We bang a layer of compost on top of that in the spring, plant straight in it, good to go. So what I'm going to do now is get this covered up and I'll show you a little trick. It's an advantage of having these edgings. Do is take a little block of wood like that with a screw through it. Now generally when you cover a bed you'll find that sometimes the edges are exposed a bit, you get weeds on the edges. Using this method, because you've got some edging on here, you can cover the whole bed. So all you do, take your block of wood with your screw in it, screw your material down to your edging. It's not going to move, the wind can't blow it around. When it comes to next spring, we'll just take our screws out, we're good to go. A closer look. So we're going to take a little bit of wood, put a screw through it, into your edging, and we're covered, ready to go. Any little gaps we think the wind's picked up, put another screw in or just put a few bricks along the edge or something like that. There we are, that bed now ready, covered over next spring. Next spring we'll pull that cover off, layer of compost, onions and a few other things are going in there. So if you want to see that, hit subscribe. If you enjoy the video, give us a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching, have a good day.